This is Black Court Culture TV, and I would like to give a moment of silence for Nipsey Hussel. Now, honestly, I didn't know Nipsey Hussel all that well. I don't think he's really my generation, but I did see him on The Breakfast Club a few months back, and they were talking about how, he was helping the community. So I know the community is at a great loss right about now, and I would like to give my condolences to his family, his mother, his father, his children, Lauren London, and all his friends. And I know from what I've been seeing on social media that he will be greatly missed. It's just so unfortunate that we have good guys who are trying to turn their lives around, taken for such insignificant reasons. It's just crazy. I thought that being in a gang, you would be protected from harm against senseless killings. I thought being in a gang, you would be so protected that it would be difficult for anyone to get to a king in a gang. So I have to ask myself, then what's the purpose of being in a gang? What's the purpose of the existence of a gang? Because I'm thinking that this guy was like a king in the game, that as far as giving back to the community, trying to turn his life around, realizing that the gang will not make him prosper. So I guess he realized that his natural talent, which was rapping, would make him prosperous. It's not really being affiliated with the gang that got him to where he was today, I'm sure. And I think his narrative is that you don't have to be affiliated with a gang to be a part of something. You have to realize what your natural talents are and use those talents to prosper. Use those talents that you have to make it in this world, to own real estate, to own businesses. I'm sure that he couldn't just get out of the gang because he became an entrepreneur or because he became rich. But look what he did. I'm sure he wasn't gang banging at this particular time. And believe me, I am not a fan of gangs. Okay, I'm not a fan of gangs. So, and I don't condone any of Nipsey's past transgressions. I don't know what they are. Just like I said, I'm not really his generation. Okay. But when you're trying to turn your life around and you're helping the community, you know, that means something. That means a lot, you know. But what I don't understand is that being in a gang, and according to the news, they said he was supposed to meet with, I think, the police department the next day to discuss less violence with the gangs. Now, to me, this sounds sort of like some shit like Martin Luther King and even Malcolm X. They're getting ready to make a big change, a big speech that's going to change the game. But you know what? There are some people who don't want the game to change because it's going to change their pockets. It's going to change their stature. You know? And I'm just speculating. But for this one guy to commit this murder the way he did, and no one helped Nipsey at all. This guy tripled back 3 times and no one helped him. And in that, I don't know, but I saw baggage claims, and that was a eye-opening for me. Even though it was a movie, you get to see how people are put into positions to make the goal happen. You know, people are put into positions. You know, they placed before the person that's going to actually commit the crime. They are placed in positions before the person who's coming up to commit the crime is there. You know, but it's just crazy that this video where he was actually shot, that no one came to his rescue. I mean, this guy was able to come back. I'm trying to find the video. I mean, this is really sad that a community that he was trying to uplift did not have his back. He had their back, but they didn't have his back. This guy was able to shoot him. Now look at these guys. They took off. They never came back. They never came back. This guy came back again. Look at this. Now what about the guys who were in the background? They just ran into the stores and that's it. You know, but this is his community. Look at this. He doubled back again. Came around, kicked the guy, ran off. And it's not like he's running very fast. But look, of course, who came out. Let me just double back. Look, of course, who came out. A female came out. A female came out. We always try to help our brothers. Look at this. A female. A female came out. A female came out. You know, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. And I'm gonna it's just crazy that something like this, I mean, I have never seen, especially on television, a murder like that, where the person who's actually doing the shooting is taking his time, and most of the time they will shoot and then take off. Now, and of course, there's a getaway person also, right? That's helping him. So, of course, this had to be planned, right? But I have never seen where the shooter comes back, has enough time to come back 3 times, and no one helps the victim. No one helps Nipsey at all. And then the person that comes out when the coast is a little clear is a female. Now, and I saw a couple of men in the background, you know, it's like they just, hey, turned their heads, sort of, walked off or into one of those stores, you know. But I mean, if he was helping the community, but the community isn't helping him, I mean, that's just crazy. That's just crazy. And I don't know what's the actual purpose of having a gang. So you have gangs in the community. So I guess the gangs aren't in the community to help the community. Nipsey did something, I would assume, that's really abnormal for the gangs. That's why he's on such a pedestal and is considered a king.